Hi guys, thanks for clicking on my video. My name is Yaneli and today I will be showing you how to give this outdated chair a fresh new look. This is the first video I've ever recorded, so I did my best to record the step-by-step process that I used to give this chair the makeover, and I hope it inspires you guys to take on a project similar to this. So first I unscrewed the base of my chair. Then I grabbed my sander and 100 grit sandpaper to roughen up the surfaces of the chair. As you can see with my sander, I only do the flat surfaces. I do not do the curved surfaces. And the reason that I like to sand the chair first is so that that wood can grab the paint better than what it would if I didn't go in and sand it down. And now here I am getting the edges by hand with the same 100 grit sandpaper. Next, what I like to do is go in with my sander again, but this time the sandpaper that I used is 200 grit, which is a more fine sandpaper to soften up that wood after we roughed it up. Now I go in with a microfiber cloth and try to remove as much dust as I can that was left from all the sanding. Any dust that I wasn't able to get with the microfiber cloth, I make sure that I wipe off with some Fabuloso and a paper towel. After my chair is clean and dust free, I go in with my paint spray gun and start to paint my chair. And you don't have to invest in a spray gun if you don't want to. Obviously, if you prefer paintbrushes, that works too. I just feel like the spray gun does the job faster, and I do a lot of these projects, so it was a better investment for me in this case. And the reason that I am painting the chair upside down first is because this way I get angles that I wouldn't normally see if the chair was standing upright. Also, as soon as I am done painting the bottom portion of the chair, I can just flip it right over and continue painting. Whereas if I was painting it right side up, I wouldn't be able to just flip it over and paint the bottom parts. I suggest about 2 to 3 coats of paint so that you can get an even finish on your piece. Another thing is you want to wait for the paint to dry in between coats. After your 2 to 3 coats of paint, I also suggest a top layer of polyacrylic. Again, that would be 2 to 3 coats of polyacrylic, letting it dry in between, and basically it's a protective coat so that you are able to clean off any stains from your piece and so that the paint does not chip off over time. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to record myself applying the polyacrylic, but I definitely recommend that you do not skip that step. Finally, it's time to recover that old ugly chair cushion. I went in with my staple remover and took off every single staple that was holding that fabric together. After I was done, you can see that the previous owner had also recovered it. That was not the original fabric of this cushion. Next, I also took off that dust covering. And I put it aside because I was just going to reuse it. It was in good condition. Next, I noticed that this chair had a trim on the side of it, which I didn't like. I felt like it gave it a bulky look after I put on my fabric, so I just tossed it. Before throwing out that old cushion covering, I used it as a rough guide to cut my new fabric. Once my fabric was cut, I was ready to start covering my chair cushion. I like to start in the middle with my heavy duty stapler and just work my way out, stapling most of that side. Then I go on to the exact opposite side, and while tugging on the fabric, making sure that it's going to be a nice tight fit, I also start in the middle and work my way out. Since this cushion wasn't a perfect square, what I had to do on the sides was start from the widest part first on one side, and after I was done with that side, go on the exact opposite side, which was the last part of the cushion, and tightly pulling and stapling the fabric. After all the sides are perfectly stapled, I have to go in and staple the edges. The edges can be a little tricky depending on the shape of them. So basically you just have to play with the fabric, pull it, tug it, and place it nicely so that you can get a fresh look on those edges and staple away. On the edges, you're going to have excess fabric sticking out. After you put in a couple of staples, just go in and cut off that excess fabric that's sticking out, and make sure to put in a couple more reinforcement staples so that you can flatten out that fabric that you just cut. After you finish stapling all your fabric on the sides and edges, it's time to replace that dust cover on the bottom of the cushion. Basically, it hides all the staples that you just applied and all those rough edges to give it a fresh, clean look. You won't need a ton of staples for this part, and when you're done stapling, you can just re-screw that base back onto the chair and you're done. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I hope y'all enjoyed the transformation. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I look forward to uploading more of my projects on my channel, and thank you guys for your love and support. Bye.